Good evening, or good night, I must say, because it's really late, and because of that I tried to be quite brief. And if I may say, I will speak in three shares. And first one, very few comments about economic situation in world, and also about influences to Sweden, or to our region, because believe or not, but Estonia and other Baltic states, and then Sweden as representative of Scandinavia, are from the same region, and then influences will be quite similar. For the second, I speak very little about physical gold. We sell in 4 countries. And finally, I speak very briefly about Tavex company, who we are and what our plans and what are our strategical views, why people may invest into the gold. About situation in world economy, I hope that all you know that crisis, lot of people or a lot of specialists today don't use the word crisis, but crisis which is starting from USA is now really on the starting level, and I'm afraid very much that the influences of this situation in US will come over the sea, over the ocean, and we will see influences also in Europe. It may take some time, but sooner or later it comes to our doors, and everybody must be prepared for that. Even crisis or critical situation in US right now at the very beginning, and for the people in Sweden, I'm afraid very much it may look even unbelievable that what he's speaking. And I may tell you that also in Estonia, let's say half a year ago, a lot of people, politicians, analysts, they didn't believe that something may happen so bad. But today Estonian government is working on the new budget of year 2008, and if they are honest, they must reduce the costs for 10%. If you understand the state budget logic, then it is a huge problem. And of course, not in all over the Europe situation will be the same, because countries are different, and then basis of economy is different. But anyhow, this crisis starting from US influences all of us. And if I signed out the question that where is the bottom of this crisis, then honestly to say, I don't know. I'm afraid nobody knows, because it depends very much from the financial institutions, how many money they have gave up during the years, which have no real back. And from where is the bottom will depend very much also answer on the question that how long this situation we are starting just only will prolong, and I'm afraid very much that this so-called depression period will last from 5 to more years. Also, we may ask that is it at all so-called cyclical downfall, or it will be something much more crucial and will change of understanding of a lot of people who are used to live in so-called peaceful financial world. Well, if you have decided to invest your money in financial markets, you made some profit every year, and now I'm afraid that this understanding will be changed very seriously. I don't think that I feel myself very confident about the Swedish question, but in my understanding the problems in all over the Europe are quite similar. The main problem that or the main question is that how underestimated this economic problem is in each country. And of course the question is that how good basis have economy in each country. I have the feeling that the Swedish economy, let's say that you survived from the world wars, you never had very deep crises. Of course you had some financial problems nearly 20 years ago, but it is different, and because of that I have the feeling that your base of economy is much stronger than some other countries, but the problems are arriving sooner or later and will have long-term effect in Sweden as well. As I said, may happen that all this will change understandings in financial markets and also understanding of common people who have used to believe that state always will help in hard times, and I afraid very much that also in Swedish society there will be huge increase of personal responsibility. I hope that gold as an investment will be not a miracle to help on such a periods of the economic change, but gold could be one possibility to help on such a moments, gold as investment. And every person must ask himself how to be prepared personally for the hard times. I suggest to everybody to check our investment strategy, investment strategy, and it is very important to avoid unnecessary risks. Every, let's say, so-called paper or e-investment is somehow risk today, and I really suggest to everybody to share risks in such a unstable financial situation. And question which is arises in nowadays is not so much that how to increase my own portfolio, but the question will be how to protect my own property. And as I said, gold is very good in this field. I must say that for the Nordic countries, gold, and especially physical gold as investment, is something very new. People in Nordic countries, Finland, Sweden, a little bit less in Denmark, but also in Norway, are not used to invest in gold and are not used to invest especially in physical gold. But gold is confident investment. Today Mr. Petrov gave to us very good understanding of it, but I just would like to repeat very briefly. First of all, gold is good alternative. It is somehow independent from political decisions. It's not always that IMF is selling gold right now is a political, so-called political decision as well. But the gold is free of decisions in every state level. It means that if politicians are not taking seriously all the signs of economy, then gold is free of it. Which is very important in my understanding, and sometimes people don't understand this rhetorics that gold is anonymous. And some people, one can ask me that do you think that anonymous from an example tax department, but it's not what I mean. I mean much more this, that it's very popular for the newspapers and for the journalists to write down the so-called records, who have the most of all and assets. If you have gold at home, or if you have physical gold, then it's nobody knows it, and that is sometimes also plus for you. As I said, gold is eternal value. He never will lose his real value. Of course, he can lose in price, but it is always eternal. Also portable. And my suggestion, if to invest into gold, I suggest to invest 10 to 25, 30%. Of course, e-gold, I call every kind of certificates and shares of gold industry also as a gold, and then because of that, this 10 to 25% is all together. I personally, of course, admire most of all physical gold, and the reason is not that the company I'm working for is dealing mostly with physical gold, because I must tell that the Perth Mint Australian company, we will start to provide to market their certificates as well, but I personally like physical gold because it is always under my control. You know, with e-gold, you always have the problems that who will guarantee or who will check all the figures they gave you out, and it is in fact it is impossible to control. And of course, that might be my personal feeling, that I was born in the very strange country and does not exist anymore. But in this country, we used to live in the understanding that we always need some emergency insurance, so-called, and gold is always, physical gold is such kind of insurance for you. If you have e-gold in whatever type, then please use it in emergency situation. It is impossible, of course. How to invest in physical gold? We suggest two types, gold coins and gold bars, and here you can see the normal standards. About gold coins, Tavex propose for the customers, I must say that we have our own list, and then we try to buy coins to our company which are most close to the world gold price. We are not dealing with coins which are very expensive compared to gold price. Here you have some examples of the coins which are listed in our company. Of course, in fact, the list is very big one, and it is impossible to show all the coins. There are two types of coins. I call them historic coins, and from other hand there are modern coins. Historic coins are normally smaller, and because of that, liquidity of those coins are much better. Modern coins normally are 1 ounce, it's 31.1 gram, and which are those modern coins are, of course, more by price they are bigger, and then of course liquidity can be sometimes bigger problem. But of course in the gold market, if you speak to somebody that which are the most well-known coins, and of course Krugerrands from South Africa and US Eagles, Austrian Philharmonics are very well known. Gold bars which we present from our company are from Swiss companies, Pump, Argor Heraeus, from Australia Perth Mint, and from Austrian Mint as well. But the main production we sell in gold bars stock is Pump production, and the reason is that our customers like Pump gold bars most of all. And now a few words about Tavex company. Tavex company was founded in 1991. For today, we are represented in 4 countries: Sweden, Finland, Latvia and Estonia, and altogether we have 10 offices. Company has 95 employees, and in Sweden we are represented from October 2005. Total sale of investment gold in 2007 in retail market was 1.4 tons. We are dealing in both markets. In those 4 countries we are dealing in retail market, but also we are wholesale company, and we have partners in all over the world. You can see that we represent Bertmint, China Great Wall and Pump Company, and we have partners in other European countries, in US, etc. As I said, last year total retail sale was 1.4 tons. Total sale in first quarter of this year increased 55% if to compare with the first quarter of last year. And company is acting as a, I would like to say, to use the word or sentence, gold bank. We are selling gold, and at the same time we are buying the gold back as well. And it is not so common, let's say, in the northern part of Europe, but it is such kind of so-called gold banks are very normal in southern part of Europe, and of course I'm not speaking at all about United States of America and so on. Okay, here is one coin, special coin. People who invested to this coin made a very good investment, because they have made in a few years more than 120% of profit, and not only on the gold price, but double to this they have made also profit on numismatic value. And always if you invest into the coins, there is a possibility to get some kind of special award from increase of the numismatic value. And thank you very much. I try to be very brief because it's quite late, and hospitality is sometimes cost something. Thank you. If you have any questions, then I'm open to answer.
Do you have any more questions?
I'm curious about the taxes. If you buy a gold bar, do you need to leave your name when you buy it from your depot? I just want to know the regulations.
It is in every country there are a little bit different laws, and if people buy small quantities, then it is not necessary. But I don't know what is. Ivar can help me because he knows better. But there is always a sum from which it starts to be registered.
Since Tavex is a financial company, the overall financial laws apply to Tavex. So this means that if you have a transaction over equivalent of 15,000 euros, you're making financial deal transaction. Tavex is also a financial company, and in that case you have to show some ID. Otherwise, we cannot allow this deal to happen. It's a EU anti-laundering act, and since we're controlled by financial police, financial inspection, the same rules apply to gold business for us. So this means that if a transaction is over 15,000 euros, we will have your document. But this doesn't mean that we will have a list which is like sent somewhere. This is for our company. If somebody checks us, and only state can make that here in Sweden, we should have your ID if you have done these deals.
And about taxes, more to say that for investment gold there is no VAT tax, of course. It is not so normal because, an example, in Russia and also in Norway there is VAT on investment gold. And in different countries income tax is different as well. An example, in Estonia, if you buy and you sell gold, there is no any income tax on it, on the profit of, from the deals. In Sweden it is different, as I know. Here is, if you make any profit you must pay taxes.
But on the other hand, I think I know from the research I made for Guldbladet that you don't have to report anymore to the tax authorities in Sweden. So it's really up to you, to yourself, I think. And I was just going to ask you now, when you're presented in several Baltic states and in Sweden and in Norway and Finland, what is the difference, do you think, between these states and the attitude towards gold, investing in gold? Are we extremely bad at investing in gold in Sweden?
4 countries are very different, I must say you. That first of all, let's say so that in Estonia our company is the best known, if I may say so, and because of that in Estonia we don't need any special advertisement, and company is doing because of that very, very well. Let's say that Finns becoming more and more active in the field of investing into gold, and I have the feeling that just it was not typical for Finland, such kind of investment. In Latvia, maybe it is more similar to the understanding of people more similar to Estonians, that they are taking it like a security investment, and always to be prepared for something which is not so good. In Sweden, I would say that common people in Sweden trust very much that the future will be without any problems, and because of that I have the feeling that people trust here other type of investments much more than in 3 other countries. And if even I have the feeling that as I said earlier, that in Sweden you never had direct influences of the world wars, and then there were not money reforms and such type of very direct influences to your economy. It makes people much more trustable to the let's say affecting finance market, and that looks to me a little bit dangerous from the point of view common customers in Sweden. It is no problem for us because, you know, our company is not how to say, our world is not, or end of world for us is not Sweden. We take next step to Denmark, and maybe then, you know, Sweden is rich country but small country, if to compare an example with Germany or whatever country, and then we are planning to enlarge in the future, and it's not problem for us, but it looks for me that it could be one day problem for the common people, because they trust the state, they trust the financial markets, and they believe that it have been so peaceful for 1 century or for a very long time. Why it must be one day different? And if it will be different, then it could be a little bit too late to change something. I hope I was not too radical, but I answered honestly. I know what from my previous life that politicians normally don't do that, but I like to do, even being politician.
The term is called complacent.
Complacent is the right word, yes.
Do we have any more questions for Mr. Atonen? Then I'll give the microphone to Ivar to wrap it up.
I would love to have applause for Mr. Atonen.
Okay.
Is there some question I missed?
No, there were.
Just 1 second.
As you expand your market share in going to other countries and selling gold, where are you going to get? Which mining companies are you buying your gold from?
We are not buying gold from so-called only mining companies. We are buying gold from the producing companies, which are factories of making or minting coins and bars. And as I said, bars from Switzerland, Austria, mainly from Switzerland, because pump is, I don't know, our customers like Swiss bars. And coins, which are new, we bring from China, from Australia, from US, Austria, Canada. If it was the answer for you. Because not all the companies are related to their own mining companies.
So it's in your interest that the gold price stays high and goes even higher?
For us, for us as a company, it's not so big difference, because we are dealing as a bank. We buy back, we sell. It's not our, let's say, it's not our problem. But I must tell you that we have no loans on the company. We have, let's say, 6-7 million euros assets in gold, and if prices will reduce, then we will lose some money. But let's say that our business is not to own gold, but to sell and buy it back. Okay, thank you. We are dealer of, yes.
Dealer. Questions?
Oh, okay.
You said you were buying selling 1.4 tons of gold. How much did you buy?
From customers you wanted to know,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
If I don't take wholesale, because it's different, I buy all, I sell, then it is, I would say, 300 kilos. It's approximately 25%. Last few months it was much higher, because the price was very high. One moment it started to decline, then people decided to go short and to sell, and then we bought a lot, and then we have contacts. We are able to deal it to next banks in France, an example, and so on, and it is no problem for us. We can survive.
There are always guys like me who will buy.
Okay, that's right. And back there, I saw the hand. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, and have a nice evening. Good night.